Okay, you know what? Let's talk about Security Breach. Security Breach is a weird game. Like, if you were to ask me what I felt about this game before it came out, I will be talking about the many hopes and dreams I had for the franchise, cool ideas it could do for missions, boss fight concepts, and more. But if you were to ask me what I thought about the game after it came out, yeah, it's alright, I guess. Now, I'm a pretty big fan of Five Nights at Freddy's, and this might come as a shock to some of you, but this game really isn't that bad. I would go as far as say I kinda like this game. Anyway, my name is Fusion, and Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach is not really that bad. One thing I forgot to mention was the music, or should I say ambience of the game. Honestly, I really enjoy Ishii's composures here. Every theme fits the area really well. Monty Golf's hard and gritty tone, the lobby being filled with mystery and fear as you just got trapped here. The daycare being all fun and joyful. And the West Arcade during the hectic Music Man boss fight. But my favorite composure in the whole game has to be Rockstar Row. I mean, listen to this. The entrance being super calm and relaxing before the animatronics and game show their true nature is exactly what I was looking for in this section, and they nailed it. The first ever FNaF game I played was 2, and to this day, it remains my favorite. Okay, never mind, we'll talk about that game a different day. The game's first trailer looks vastly different to what we got today. And yeah, you might argue it'd be for the better, but I think everything they changed is for the worse. Okay, so FNAF 6 had the perfect ending. I won't deny that. I would have been content with the series if it just ended there. But nope. So this is known as the quote-unquote steel wool era of FNAF games after Scott retired. Which, by the way, if you're pissed off about that, get a job. I don't know. This was the first free roam FNAF game. Instead of flipping cameras in an office, you could explore a whole mall after hours. Man, these people's electricity bills must be through the roof. Okay, let's start off with the positives.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Fazbear Entertainment would like you to put your hands together for the one, the only, Freddy Fazbear.
The game starts off with the Glamour performing on stage, and man, this intro is so cool. I wonder if anything bad will happen. Oh! Yeah, okay, so Freddy reboots, and apparently there's this kid inside of him. That's not what I meant. His name's Gregory, and while I'm not doing lore in this video, let's just say he wants to avoid Vanessa at all costs and get out of here. Unfortunately, this game has other plans. The first area of the game is Rockstar Road, and I don't care what anyone says, this place is gorgeous. This mall really feels lived in, like a mall. You know, minus the concept art posters on the walls that look really out of place. The Glamours have personalities now, by the way. Yeah, it does flush their characters out, but it kind of takes away from the scare factor if they're no longer lifeless killing machines. And so the game starts. One night this time around. Just survive until 6 to get out of here. The atrium is my favorite area in the game, and you'll see why later. Chica's the only issue here, and the mission is very straightforward and not confusing. It's kind of good. Yeah, I know, it's crazy. For a game like this is a really good intro, I can't lie. However, the daycare is where things start to get a little weird. This is the first quote-unquote boss of the game, and it's a really great set piece. The boss design here is impeccable. Okay, no, I'm kidding. This section is ass. Moon just gets stuck 50% of the time, and it's very hard to navigate these structures on where to go. Now, this might get some people to unsubscribe, but if this section actually worked, like the way it was supposed to, this might actually be one of the greatest horror game sections in any horror game. The once full and bright and vibrant daycare turns dark, cold, and eerie. Anyway, we turn on all the generators that are in the play structures for some reason. And besides the glitches that we get into later, this is where the game, personally for me at least, starts to fall apart. Let's break it down. You start the game in Rockstar Road, which is essentially a tutorial. Then it moves on to the lobby with a short puzzle, and then daycare for a boss. Then 1 AM hits, we get some really interesting lore, more on that later. And after the daycare, we get access to the atrium? Okay, pause. Seriously, they took us from a linear room to linear room, exploring this mall place by place and uncovering how it works and how the different animatronics and how it function. But instead, we go to this area that is so big, it connects all the areas of the game together. I can see what the devs were going for here, this kind of acting as a quote-unquote hub, but I think they just completely failed. On top of them, an interesting branching paths and where we want to go, it just feels kind of messy. Also, I should probably address the story here. It's very light, and for people who are mad about that, why? Genuinely, why? FNaF has never spelled out a story to anybody, and you really think Gregory and Freddy will actually talk about the lore in-game, rather than give us vague hints? You clearly never played FNaF before. Let me talk about where this game fails the most. Optimization. Animatronics often behave unpredictably or got stuck. The game has really shallow stealth mechanics that were basic and easily exploitable. Repetitive tasks that were filler with very little variation. And you get the idea. Honestly, if the rest of the game was strong as 11:50 PM all the way to 1 AM, this would have been better than fantastic. Well, you know, if it also worked properly. The Pizzaplex was impressive, but it's just too big for its own good. Also, the boss fights. Man, we should probably talk about those. The bosses in the game besides Monty all suck. Chica isn't even a boss, you just do a task and escape an underground sewer section. Yeah, no, weird. We're talking about this another time. Moon we already talked about. Roxy's just a cutscene. DJ music was really cool. Not good. Cool. This would have been an amazing fight if they just removed Monty and Chica. It's just too much to deal with. Hell, Monty can basically teleport with his jump ability. It's just so overcrowded. Cool, but overcrowded. I didn't cover everything in the game, but there's 2 more things I want to talk about. Freddy and Gregory's chemistry is genuinely really good, and I love how in the span of 6 hours, they really feel like a family. Like, Gregory genuinely wanted to take Freddy with him, but couldn't because of the battery. Lastly, this.
They're so angry, confused, but I can protect you. I am not me.
Are are we serious? I always come back. Yeah, I know, but just why? Like, generally, they could have made Vanny the final boss. Hell, she wasn't even used in the game. She had like 4 appearances. I really want to talk about Vanny because, man, she had some serious potential. She was hyped up as the big bad and she was used like twice in the actual game. This missed opportunity for her to have a big role in the game keeps waking me up in the middle of the night in a cold pool of sweat. The boss is ass too, by the way. I would explain it, but I generally don't know how it works. While it isn't technically William, it's the Mimic, and we do learn about that through lore later. For the time, it was really bad luck for the series, and ending to a game. Security Breach was a bold shift for the FNaF franchise, offering a free roam gameplay style rather than a typical office format. However, it suffered from tactical problems, shallow gameplay, lack of polish, and leaving fans feeling it didn't live up to its full potential, me being one of them. But I kinda like this game a little bit. The end section generally blows, but besides that, I didn't experience many glitches in my first time going, and I had a pretty fun time with this game. Is it great? No. But is it good? Yeah. I don't have a hard time describing this game, but it gives me grade 9 nostalgia. Strange feeling considering I just graduated high school. With Secret of the Mimic getting a mostly positive reception, I think it's safe to say that Steel Wool can be trusted with the future FNaF. I have a different opinion that will hopefully be shared in a future episode, but I won't drag out this intro any longer. My name is Fusion, and Five Nights at Freddy's Security Breach isn't really that bad. Thanks for watching.